Okay, so I kind of wanna just take a break from studying like values and to just like study random artists that I like. And one of them is this artist called Sia Miro, and like I just find the way he draws the hair very interesting. So yeah, gonna just gonna try to just gonna try to copy the way he draws the hair because it's really pretty unique compared to like I think at first I'm still gonna do just a quick sketch to determine the outline. I think afterward I will it will be just fine. Okay, so I guess just gonna quickly delimit um, the body kind of, and I don't know if the chat is even working. I feel like I just run into a lot of issues with this new program. Yeah, there is really like no figure right here because it's mostly just like accuracy. I feel like maybe I would do it with gray first. Okay, so the head should be around, I think around here, and then the body is just around here. Hey, hello. Hey, hello, Miss Mush, and onigiri bite. I can see your messages on Twitch, but I don't know if like the YouTube chat works. Oh yeah, I read the comic. Yeah, it was really moving. I have never read like animated comics before, so that was new. And yeah, I think it was decent. Although maybe because I've read too many horror stories at this point, I guess I just didn't find it that scary. It was decent. Oh, hello. Yeah, I feel like the chat is. Yeah, like the YouTube chat is not working. Maybe I should restart the bot. Yeah, like this new chatbot that I am using. Oh yeah, because I forgot to sign in. Okay, I have just I've just connected the bot to my YouTube account. I think it should work now. Just do a quick test. Okay, it's working. And I think the Twitch chat should also be working, if that's the case. I would also test out on Twitch. Okay, it's working properly. Yeah, sorry about it. Yeah, hello a person, by the way. It's showing properly now. Yeah, like I think that scene, I don't know why, but the audio is not working on my end. So I only saw the animated panel. But I think the YouTube video of like a car driving up a hill, that one is from a that one is from a movie called The Shining, I believe. Oh yeah, I also remember that I I watched I watched The Shining when I was in like middle school, and that movie I was really scared after watching that one. Oh yeah, but that comic was also part of a collection. Like I read it on the webcomic. Oh yeah, like I remember like back in the days there would just be random jump scares. Like sometimes there are even like jump scare websites. Like these screamer websites that just suddenly scream super loudly. Like there was a time when I opened one of these websites in school. I was like in elementary school, 5th grade, I believe. Like I just opened one of these websites using the school computer, and it was just so loud that the teacher just came. Yeah, like I also read other webcomics related to that one. Apparently, it's part of a series called Chillers, but I feel like that one was. Hey, hello, Mackie. You changed your name back. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, also I found the YouTube server, the YouTube channel of like the guy who like hacked into like Hololive, the Hololive Minecraft server. And yeah, the guy is called Franknificent. His channel was pretty cool though. He actually does a lot of grifting on TB2T. But yeah, like his latest video was full of comments from people who I guess also found his channel through this incident. Oh yeah, Valentine's Day is in a month. I think I never did anything on Valentine's Day. It just feels like a normal day for me. Yeah, at school. Okay, so I feel like when the eyes are too close, it looks weird. But when they are actually a bit far from each other, it actually doesn't look nearly as weird. So I think it's better to have your eyes far away than too close. Also, I think like people just generally tend people are just generally are more likely to have eyes that are too far away from each other rather than too close. Yeah, like I think the solution to sketches and guidelines is to just kind of make it part of the drawing. Like at least for now, I don't really feel like I need to do any cleanup. But anyway, like what I'm drawing right now is not even the focus of today's study. Yeah, today's study is gonna be quite brutal. Um, so yeah, the hair. I'm just gonna quickly draw everything that's not the hair, so that I can focus on the actual drawing. But yeah, like the hair is gonna be the hardest part. So I think maybe I'm even gonna just create. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna separate the hair from the rest. Hold on. Okay, maybe it's easier to actually just select everything that's not the hair. Okay. So there's this selection here, and also, yeah, this selection here. Oh, thank you. Like, that's also the my goal with this channel. Because, like, whether I'm streaming or not, I would still just be, I would be drawing anyways. So I thought I might also just stream it. Okay. So yeah, now the hair. Seriously, the hair is so difficult in this one. Yeah, Roblox. Like, it used to kind of be a knockoff Minecraft, but nowadays it's very different from Minecraft actually. It's actually more like a metaverse than Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse. Like, because in Minecraft it's well Minecraft, but in Roblox you can create games. Like, you can just create anything you want in Roblox. Yeah, from what I've seen, it's kind of like you can create whatever game you want on it. But yeah, I think with Robux, which is the game's premium currency, that's the microtransaction part. Because I've seen a lot of mods for it. Not mods, just games. Because in Minecraft, if you want to do something, you need like mod. But in Roblox, they are just completely different games that you can create inside Roblox. Oh yeah, there was also like a controversy a few years ago when it comes to making money in Roblox. Because, like, I think Roblox just have used to have a message that on their website that you can make serious money by creating Roblox games. and that just attracted a lot of like kids who don't know any better to like create games on Roblox and try to make money off of it. But like as with anything, only like the top 0.1% of people are gonna make money. Okay, I think I'm... Seriously, I don't even know how the hair is made. Is even made in this drawing. I feel like it's... You gotta first layer it. Yeah, maybe you gotta gradually... Maybe it's a gradual layering of lines. Oh yeah, also I've never played Fortnite. But I feel like Fortnite is kind of similar to Roblox in the sense that you can just create anything you want inside of it. Yeah, I feel like Minecraft and Roblox is just completely different nowadays. And I also kind of want to add text to speech to this chat. So like maybe I will have just something to read out the chat. I feel like that should be possible. Like it was always possible, but nowadays with all these AI stuff, I feel like it should be able to read out messages with more emotion. So I'm gonna also look into that. Like setting up all these streaming softwares also turned out to be pretty a lot more complicated than I initially thought. because just streaming on YouTube is kind of easy. Like if you stream on a single platform, it's super easy. There are like tons of tools readily available for you to use. And that's what I did before when I was only streaming on YouTube. There was already like a ready-made program that just embeds the chat into the stream. But when it comes to multi-streaming, there actually aren't a lot of solutions for that. So I actually have to run my own bot locally to like combine both chats and display them. Which I think maybe it's better this way. But like I just keep running into issues with the bot. Maybe I just need more fine tuning. Yeah, because before when I was using right now I'm just using OBS and with my own like programs plugged into it with my own plugins. Something I like about the way the hair is drawn is how messy it looks. It really looks like there are individual hair strands. And I really like that. I also feel like it's kind of difficult. But anyways, today's goal is to just draw the head. But like now I can kind of see why streamers prefer Twitch in general. Because I feel like the way Twitch's API and stuff like that work, it's just a lot easier to make like stream bots and stuff like that. Whereas with YouTube it's a bit more complicated. But I think it's already looking a bit better compared to before. Oh yeah, Pluvium Grandis is also streaming today. Like his videos are just always great. But yeah, I still don't think having your own Discord is a good idea though. Because even Pluvium's server is kind of dead. Well, something that I didn't have to worry about before was that, like with Stream, I was using a program called Streamlab before, and that program would just basically take care of like displaying the chat on the screen. So I don't have to worry about issues like the chat not displaying. But now that I'm hosting it locally, now that I'm hosting the chat bot myself, I kind of have to check every time that it's running smoothly. But I think this is also gonna allow me to add some functionality to it. Oh yeah, and even though it's Thursday today, the class was still full of people. Like I would have expected at least like a third of people to just stop coming to class. But like they are still here. Okay. Yeah, I also have to erase this part, I guess. I actually don't know about. I think this way of drawing hair looks very good, but I feel like it's gonna take a lot of time. Like, it's already been 40 minutes. And like I haven't really made any progress. I feel like. So yeah, I feel like it's not great. But I still wanna just at least practice with it once, just to see how it goes. Okay, I feel like maybe what I need to do first is to just draw like these random strands. Okay, maybe it's a bit better. I feel like to see how it really looks like, I just need to get rid of all these big blobs. I don't know if this is teaching me to... Hey, hello, thank you. I'm doing a study of another artist's style, though. So this is not my style. Like, I really liked the way he draws the hair. So I'm just doing a study of this. It's an artist called Sia Muro, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, it's Sia Muro on Twitter. I've linked it in the description. Yeah, like the way he draws the hair is just so beautiful. And like, I think I'm generally just pretty bad at drawing the hair. But yeah, like the way he draws the hair is kind of... It looks very messy. But it's not actually messy. It actually takes a lot of time to draw this way. Like, I think I've only spent 10 minutes on the body. And like, all the time is spent on the hair. Yeah. And it's just so unique. I don't think I've ever seen something similar to it. And I feel like this is also something that just can't really be achieved if you use a line art layer. I feel like to do this you kind of need to draw on a single layer. Because there is a lot of erasing and like drawing. Yeah, like I think at the beginning I just painted the general, like the general shape, and now I'm just trying to get the individual hair strands down. Like I'm not necessarily trying to create like lines. I'm just trying to get the individual hair strands. Yeah, I also think it doesn't look messy enough. So probably just need a few additional strands here and there. Oh, I'm just on YouTube. I don't have any other social media. Like, I think I will create a Twitter once I get better, but for now, I'm just happy with streaming on YouTube. But yeah, thank you for passing by. Like, assigning values is pretty easy. Like, it's just light and shadow. So, but I think the way Mika Picasso assign colors is pretty different from other artists, because like she uses a bunch of colors. Yeah, I feel like Mika Picasso's style is just very different. Like she uses a lot of different tones. Like she uses these manga tones as well. But yeah, like it's very colorful. Oh, thank you, Yux. I'm actually studying another artist's art style. Yeah, Mika Picasso is one of the best. Okay, maybe before I add too much detail to the head, I should also just draw the eyes a little bit better. I feel like at the moment there is kind of a huge difference. I think my Oneyama May also draws pretty well. Yeah, like this hair looks very cool. I've been wanting to draw like this for a long time. And I feel like it also helps me understand like how hairs are drawn in general. I think a lot of the time what I see with, although I am also very inexperienced, so maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I think with inexperienced artists is that they don't apply enough value, so there isn't enough contrast. And as a result, even though the color is really good, uh, it still doesn't look good because the values are off. And like with folds, values are even more important because folds are literally just light and shadow. But yeah, like clothes are just really hard. Like in general. There is actually like a tip on picking values. Like the first, like the light part is kind of like 85% white, and for the shadow you just have to reduce that by half. So like if the light part is, let's say, 80% white, then the shadow part should be like 40%. 40% white, and then the darkest shadow is like 20% white. Like every time you go darker, you reduce it by a half, essentially. Yeah, you gotta make it like kind of, you have to make it a lot darker. Otherwise, there won't be enough contrast. And that kind of just makes it kind of hard, makes the drawing kind of hard to see. But yeah, I feel like most of the time, like not all the time, but a lot of the time, if the color doesn't look good, it's not really color choice that's the problem. It's value. But yeah, I really like this way of drawing hair. It feels a lot more natural than any other way. Like on stream only like 2 hours, but by myself, I think there was a time I drawn for 6 hours. I think that's the longest I could go for. Like I was also under a lot of pressure for that one because I drew that one for like a contest in an art community I used to be a part of. So yeah, I was under the effect of a deadline. So I think that's how I managed to stay focused for so long. But I do know that art streamers, like, they're able to draw for a very long time. There is then like an animator on YouTube. He's probably streaming right now. I think he has been streaming for like 10 hours already. Like, that's a really long time. And even if 58, like, he also streams for a very long time. Oh wow, 45 hours. That's a very long time. That's actually pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't think I'm nearly as good as you when it comes to focusing. For me, it's max 2 hours. After that, my attention just goes poof. Like, I just can't focus after that. Okay, I think it looks a lot better than before. But I still think it actually doesn't look that good. I don't know if the problem is with detail. Like, I just gotta keep adding strands until it looks good. Or maybe it's all these dark areas. Yeah, I think I gotta just get rid of these dark areas somehow. Yeah, like, hair is actually just so difficult. I feel like this way of drawing is actually a lot easier. Alright, thank you. See you, Yukes. Yeah, I'm just following like their. Yeah, I think there are some parts that should be large. I think if you can't draw from imagination, you actually just should draw more from reference. It's like memorizing stuff in real life. Yeah, I think they just need to be. Yeah, I think you're right. I just need to group them together a little bit. And maybe make some of them a bit larger. Yeah, and as for drawing correctly, you just gotta keep drawing from reference until you're able to draw them correctly. After that, you can draw them from imagination just fine. Yeah, like always use reference. I don't know why some people are against references, but I feel like that's just the most important thing you can do is to study references and to draw from reference. Yeah, I think that's very good. Like collecting references and organizing them. Because otherwise you would waste a lot of time just searching for a reference when you draw. Yeah, I think I think you described it pretty well. Although I'm still just trying it out. So yeah, I'm still not very good at it. Oh wow. Damn, I guess it must be one of his friends. And yeah, like I also just constantly update my reference folder. Like it used to be that I spent too much time looking for references. Okay, yeah. Seems like I just need to get rid of the dark parts, and after that it should look a lot better. Yeah, I feel like drawing the hair like leaves could be a good way to see it, a good way to visualize it. They're kind of similar in a way. But I also feel like if you draw hair like this, it's gonna take a very long time. Or maybe because I just need more practice. Maybe once I get enough practice drawing this way, it will be a lot faster. But yeah, just trying out different styles. Yeah, I think when they cross together, they look very good. Yeah, like if you are posting your drawings online, you should definitely take criticism with a grain of salt. I was replying to a person, but yeah, I do think that if you just cross lines, it should look a lot better. Yeah, I think like a lot of good artists, they just start stylizing stuff, and I guess it doesn't necessarily look correct. Like strictly anatomically speaking. But like good artists do stylize, but like they only stylize because they already know how to draw it correctly. Yeah, I think this way of drawing the hair looks very good. Alright, see you. Good night. Yeah, like I think the thing with really good artists is that they already know their their fundamentals are already very solid. So like they are already able to draw like realistically, and that's how they are able to draw stylized stuff so well. Well, I do think that articulating and doing it is two different skills. Like a lot of people who are able to do something well, aren't necessarily able to teach it. So I think it's just a different skill set. Yeah, I think with experienced people, a lot of the time they just take it for granted and they kind of just don't tell you about it. They kind of just omit it because they think you already know. And I think that's actually one of the reason why math is so difficult at university. Like a lot of them the prof just think that we already know something, so like he doesn't even give justification or like give the entire thought process. But like the problem is that we don't actually know anything about it. So I think that's the hardest part with it's like with artists, very good artists, they already know anatomy and how to draw figures. So when they give a tutorial, they just assume that you already know all of this. But obviously, if you're a beginner, you don't actually you actually haven't mastered anatomy and stuff like that. Yeah, like I actually appreciate my my lower level, I guess, math courses where like the prof actually took the time to do some examples when they first show a theorem or like a formula. I feel like adding a lot of these kind of highlights actually makes the eye look very good. Okay, it could also be because it's too dark. Well, I'm not sure. I think I would just leave it at that. Yeah, I didn't make my avatar. I don't know how to rig. Yeah, rigging is actually completely different from like drawing. It's just a new skill that you have to learn separately. Okay, the eye actually doesn't look that good, but whatever. I will just leave it like that. Like, I actually would like to make my own avatar though. But maybe I would just draw draw the avatar and have someone else rig it. Oh yeah, also I do remember like the name of a lot of people who have commented, who have talked during my streams. Like, I feel like I keep track of them pretty well. Like, I can kind of tell exactly hasn't who hasn't shown up and who's there. Yeah, like when I'm just not, when there is something I want to draw but I'm not able to get right, like that's very frustrating. Like, especially when the final product doesn't look good. That makes me pretty upset. But like, I think it's because it used to be that I took every single drawing super seriously. But nowadays I kind of I kind of have a different approach. Like, if something doesn't look good, um, I just accept it, that it doesn't look good, and move on. Yeah, I think that's also kind of my solution nowadays. Because I think I care a lot less about my work now. Yeah, now that I draw a lot more, I just don't care about individual drawings as much. But also animals. I feel like animals are a lot easier than humans. Just because of how good we are at recognizing human figures. or whatever, we'll just leave it at that. I think the problem is that okay, I think I will just slightly adjust the contrast and also up the brightness. I think it should look a bit better now. Okay. Okay. I think I will just, yeah, now that the face is a bit smaller, it should be slightly better. Yeah, I'm not sure why the face looks a bit off. It's probably just the size of it that needs to be tweaked. Okay, yeah. This part I think just needs a lot of white areas like this. Yeah, pretty important to have these large shapes. Okay, I think just a little bit of detail on the body and I will call it done. I feel like most of the hair is basically complete. I think you're just never gonna be able to replicate a style accurately. So like I think it's gonna be very frustrating to draw like a character into someone else's background, because the style is just always gonna clash. Like there are a lot of people who are worried that if they study another artist, they're gonna lose their own style. But like that's just not gonna happen, because it's just impossible to replicate someone else's style perfectly. So you are always gonna have your own style. But I think you can study another artist and just have your drawings look a bit more similar to that artist's style. But it's just never gonna be entirely the same. Oh yeah, I also love these kind of images. One of my favorite, I don't know if you have seen it, but there was a girl sitting in front of a car. Like that one was really well made. But there are also a lot of like anime edits with like anime girls in like Russian apartments, like Russian commie blocks. Yeah, I think you can learn perspective this way. Perspective is mostly like buildings and stuff though. Unless the character is in an just kind of extreme angle, you don't actually need a lot of perspective to draw a character right. Yeah, a blank page is really like intimidating. It's really hard to start. Like I think getting started is just the hardest part. But I've been doing a new study every day for like I think 2 weeks now. But like even now it's still very difficult. Okay, I think I will stop for now. It's basically complete. I mean, it still looks pretty far from like what I'm aiming for, but I guess this looks okay for now. So yeah, see you. Alright, bye bye. Oh yeah, bye bye, a person. And